Hey, hello, hi, welcome to another video. I think today I want to do another crochet vlog. Today, want to work on a little like mesh bolero top. They've been all over the internet recently and I wanted to make one myself. So I found this video on YouTube and I think it looks really awesome. At the end of my last vlog, I had made this one off camera and I thought it was really cute. It's not quite like a mesh top the way that this one is, but it kind of gives that vibe, but I still have a ton of these colors left. Hopefully those skeins can actually be used up and out of my stash. That way my closet can be a little bit more organized than it is now. So yeah, let's get started. Good morning. I just woke up, if you cannot tell by my face. It is very stormy outside, so if you hear a bunch of thunder or see some lightning flash, I'm sorry. I'm trying to record this whenever it's not so bad, but like these thunder strikes are going for like a whole minute at a time. It's pretty bad. So last night I finished up the second panel. I'm definitely gonna have to steam this because it is definitely pretty rigid, even though it's pretty loose fabric. But we have both our panels done. I have to weave in all of these ends before we can sew it up and put on the sleeves. So that's my first task this morning. I have some homework that I have to do, so I'll probably start on that while I finish this. Guys, it's been 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes. One side is done, and I'm also done. If you don't know, I hate weaving in my ends. I will put it off for physically as long as possible before I will actually weave in my ends. But in order to finish this, I have to, and it's honestly making me not want to finish it. And I still have this side and the whole other panel. Anyway, I need to get going on homework and not just sitting here weaving in my ends. So maybe that'll like distract my brain so that it's like I'm doing like a mindless thing with my hands while like, you know, doing something else with my brain. Maybe that'll help. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself to finish this. But I have some projects on the back burner that hopefully won't have 20 million ends to weave in. I just have to get through this because this was an impulse make. Okay, I've been working diligently, and I'm glad to say this is done. I need to steam it to get kind of that flowiness in it. I will say this came out a lot smaller than I was expecting. I was meaning to make a small, but I think it turned out almost extra small, which I think is okay because then it means that I have more size availabilities. I have to weave in all the ends for the sleeves, so I'll probably do that on eating dinner. For my next project, I don't know if I should start on a new skein, this purple yarn. I don't know if you remember from last week's vlog, or if you didn't watch it, I've been working on a dress, and I finished up one skein, and I wouldn't mind either starting another one, or I kind of want to make some kind of like summer top. I have a bunch of cotton yarn that I want to use in like cones, and so I'm thinking I might do one of those. Good morning. I don't think I recorded anything last night, which that's okay, it's okay. I did work a little bit on the dress, 4 rows, so we're getting close. It really doesn't look like I did much, but all of this is new, so a little bit of progress at a time. I'm getting close. I think I need 9 more rounds before it should be right about at my waist, so that we can start shaping up the top. So I'm excited for that, and hopefully it'll give me some motivation to keep going. At least that's what I've been thinking since the beginning, since it is worked bottom up, and the bottom part is just the really annoying increasing and double crochet all the way around stuff. So yeah, that was progress. And then I started a new project, which is this. It's gonna be like a little, I don't know if you guys can see, like a little top like this, and I'm gonna put some straps, and then it's gonna be like laced in the back, so I have some little holes for lacing it up. I'm working in half double crochets in the back loop only to kind of give this ribbed look, and I think it'll be nice and stretchy. I'm using super fine yarn. I want to say it's like a 1 or a 2. I don't know if you guys can see that super well, but I'm using a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook, which is pretty small. I'm not following a pattern or anything. I'm just going until I think it'll be a good size. I'm aiming for a large, but I'm afraid I made it a little too short, maybe? Well, maybe not. I'm not sure. It will stretch quite a bit. I want it to be larger than me because I'm like a small to medium, so maybe this will be like a medium to large kind of thing. But yeah, it'll be slow goings just because, you know, it's a fine yarn and fine hook, and you know, I have to make it almost all the way around someone's body, so I might go until like it touches in the back for me, so then like someone bigger than me, it would leave a bit of a gap so that you could like see the lace work underneath. I think that would be a good way to measure if it's large enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on this. I have some errands to do today. I have to go to the store, and I have a meeting in about 20 minutes that I have to leave here soon for. I have a lunch date, and yeah, the rest of the day I think will be spent on this. I also have a sweater that I actually haven't shown you guys. I started really before I was doing the vlogs that I also have to finish. I've been trying to do the like bottom rib, but I ribbed it a little too much, so then it was like too cinched where I couldn't fit it around my hips. So I had to take it out, and I tried to redo it a few days later because I had to take a step back because it was frustrating me. And then I did it again, the exact same thing. So I am taking a few days break on it, and I'll probably get back to it tomorrow, just because I want it done and out of my mind, that like, you know, I can move on from that project and focus on my other things. So, but it will be done by Monday for sure. So that's my goal. Today is Thursday, so I have some time, but I want it done. I want it out. I ended up ripping out this whole thing because I made it a lot smaller than I wanted to. I don't think I made it quite as large as I was hoping for, but I also only have so much yarn. So like there's this that I think someone used at one point but then put on a little like paper towel roll, and then whatever's left on this cone, which isn't really a lot. Oh, I didn't know there was a label. It doesn't have any hook or size or anything like that, so that's what I really would have wanted. But it is mercerized cotton. I thought it was cotton. I don't know about mercerized specifically, but anyways, I only have so much, and so I'm afraid that if I make it too much bigger that I won't have enough to like make it long enough to like wrap around somebody with this width. So I think this will be good. I'm gonna spend most of my day doing this. Yesterday I didn't get a ton of work done just because I was in 2 meetings and I needed to go to the store and I had a bunch of homework I had to do. So I didn't get as much as I wanted to. Today, 0 obligations. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna crochet until I can't. I finished what was left on this toilet paper roll. I don't know if I had mentioned, but I'd thrifted this yarn. It was in like a big bag of different cottons. And so I assume someone had taken from the cone that was in with the bag and tried to make something and then ripped it out and wrapped it up onto the like old toilet paper roll. But while I was on there, I don't know if I showed you a video, but it was like so twisted. It was like twisting onto itself, so it was really hard to work with. I'm hoping that it's not like that in the cone. Whenever I'd restarted and I ripped out everything, that first half of it was super easy to work with because I had already like untwisted all of it, and I kind of forgot until it started like twisting up on my hands that I was having to deal with that. So that wasn't great. It was definitely slowing me down, but I have made quite a good amount of progress. I mean, I want this to be like pretty long, you know. It has to go like all the way around someone, and I'm hoping for it to be, you know, bigger than me. So I'm maybe a quarter of the way done. I have whatever's left on this cone. I'm hoping it's enough and that I didn't make the mistake of making it too large. It is about 3:30. It's taken me most of the day, although I did get a late start to the day. But yeah, this is like super stretchy, which is great. It's exactly what I wanted. It's stretchy this way too, not as much. And I think the texture on that, like, do you see that in the light? Is beautiful. I love it. I think it's gonna turn out super great. I love the texture. I love the stretch. It's exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, I'm very happy with this so far. I can't wait for it to be done. Quick little update. Even from the cone, it still is just twisting. Does anyone else find this so annoying? I'm having to like take time and like hold my work like off the ground to get it to like untwist itself, and it's like so twisted that it like I can barely make it like a row without having to like stop to untwist my yarn. It's almost infuriating to the point where I don't want to continue. Like, I don't want to keep doing this. Okay, I did a little bit of research, and it seems like it's because of the direction I'm using. Whenever you knit or crochet, you're naturally gonna twist the yarn, and I've known that. This is already a very tightly twisted yarn, and so I think with me right-handed crocheting, it's contributing more to that twist. So if I draw from the other side, it will start to go against it. I might run into a little bit of splitting, which I'm more okay with than whatever this is, and every half a row having to untwist it. The only problem is the other end then is like underneath all of this. So that means I'm gonna have to like take out the cone if possible, and then rewind it into like a cake or a ball or something. So now I have to decide if that is what I want to do. And I'm leaning towards yes, because also this cone is like falling apart in places. And like this tail is already out and kind of driving me nuts. So I think I might end up doing that. Okay, so that was like a whole lot easier than I thought it was. I just had to like pop it off the cone. So that's really great. This is like a weird, like old plastic. It's got like ridges on it, I assume, so that like it keeps the yarn on there, which is good. But yeah, this made such a pretty little cake. It's raining outside, so I didn't think the lighting would be too great, but it's really like shining on this yarn, which is really awesome. I'm hoping that this works. I really hope I didn't just waste all my time. Also, sorry, my chair is a little squeaky. But yeah, I hope I didn't just waste all my time. That means I'm gonna have to pull from the center because I started from the center of the cone, which I'm not typically a center pull in the cake kind of person, just because after a while it just like, you know, and it gets hard to work with, and then I don't want to like wind it again. Like then it feels like I'm wasting my time. But I think this was the right move to get it into a cake form, and hopefully it solves the twisting issue. I will also say this is a lot more yarn than I thought. The cone was like oddly deceiving with like how much was left on it. It just kept going and going, which is great. That means I think I'll have plenty to finish the top. I'm feeling a little bit more motivated as long as the twisting problem is solved. And then I think it's going to be a quick finish from there because now I'm not having to stop every 10 minutes. Hopefully. It's about midnight. Good evening. I have been slowly working on this. After I caked this up, I actually re-caked it, so I was pulling from the outside just because I like to pull from the outside on my cakes. It was just starting to just fall apart. So anyways, this is how we're looking. I think it's looking pretty good. The only thing, I'm gonna run out of yarn. I weighed how much I have left, and I weighed how much this is, and this weighs about 69 grams, and this weighs 87 grams. I'm a little over halfway through, but I was hoping that this would be a little less than halfway done. So it's gonna be shorter than I wanted, which I was worried about whenever I undid it to make it wider, that I was gonna run out of yarn. So I had a little panic, because I still want to do like a border, and then I still have to do straps. But I did some digging, and I found this. This is Patton's Cotton Rich, according to this like really old label, and it's a cotton acrylic blend, 50-50, 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. And it's actually really soft. And I obviously have plenty of it. I'll finish this out as much as I can with however much yarn I have, and then I'll do a border and the straps in the blue. Yeah, I'm hoping that'll be okay. Definitely not great, but that's what we get whenever we are only using from our stash. One other thing I thought about is that this yarn, since it's a little bit thinner, it means that the strap, I can go and do my chain and a slip stitch back down without having to worry about like it fitting through these holes. Now I did wind up the skein initially to try to solve this from happening. I don't know if you can see, but it is just like twisting. Oh, that was pretty cool. It did help slightly in that I now can work longer without having to do it. I will say it was actually better before I caked it the second time, whenever I was pulling from the middle. It's the same end, so I'm not exactly sure why, but that is what happened. Hi. I have not recorded anything today, but I have been crocheting. I finished this. I had like this much yarn left, so I'm really happy about that. It's definitely not as long as I wanted it, but it's a good medium-sized with a pretty open back. I still need to put the border and make the straps. So I think I said last night I'm gonna go ahead and use this, and I don't think they clash, which is good. They're definitely not the best, but also this is like a really aqua-y green, which I feel like is just hard to pair with in general. But I think it'll be fine. Because I did half double crochets, I might have to do like 2 in each just so it isn't like cinching it in while I do the border, but I'll play around with it. Okay, so I've been working on this border and the straps. I think the border actually looks really nice. I think it is just like that little hint of a pop of color, which is perfect. And then I've made one strap, and I'm working my way back down with a slip stitch, but it's such little yarn and such a little hook that it's really hurting my wrist. I even tried to go down to like a smaller hook and see if like it would be like easier to go into the chain stitches, and it's not. And it's late, and I need to end this video. So sorry to end on kind of a bad note, but I can't finish it today, and this has to be done today. So, thank you all for watching, and yeah, see you guys next time.